And please tell us about this study into metalheads and their degree of happiness compared to the rest of us. We'll have a quick look at this first. I have to say, where death metal and heavy metal has never given its dues, Anne, is in its really interesting chord structure. No one ever discusses that. I mean, it's just miles away from the traditional sort of chord melodic structure that you might see in the other songs, and I think it's actually genuinely interesting. Is that the key to the happiness?
Possibly. I know that if you ever got a metal fan to chat about how intense and intricate metal structures were, they would chew your ear off because they are incredible musicians.
Yeah.
But I think that the key to this study, which has happened, a small sample size of about 370 adults, and about half of them were metalheads and half of them were just, average indie college students, have found that they are happier on average. Particularly reported higher levels of youthful happiness and having good memories from their teenage years. And this study, which was going through the 80s, which was a really big time for metal groups, both hair metal, soft metal, every kind of metal genre. It was a massive decade. Was this sense of community. I think that anybody who's ever been to a festival like Soundwave that happens in Australia, or any sort of punk or metal show, there is an amazing sense of community in these scenes, and that really feeds to a high level of happiness, of support, and just friendship that some other genres of music don't necessarily have. So I would agree, at every single punk or metal band that I've ever interviewed is hands down the nicest and friendliest musician of the lot. So I think that you look behind the kind of hard edge and you'll find a very soft and loving heart in the metal world.
Well, that makes a lot of sense to me. As someone who has a deep personal love, one of my private passions is for Faith No More. Does that put me in the heavy metal or the metal camp at all?
You're very intelligent, Virginia. I've got even more respect for you.
And happy, very, very
and
happy.
happy as well.
I'm pulling out the old records tonight. Nice to talk to you, Zan. Thanks so much.
Thanks, Virginia.